Hello and welcome. I thought we'd take a look at where No Man's Sky is. It's coming up on the 1 year anniversary, and with Waking Titan coming up, probably going to be a lot of people that get back into the game or maybe buy the game for the first time and are curious about how things have changed. I've always been a fan of this game. It's nice and chill, it's relaxing. Beautiful views. Just kind of go and get lost in space. I know a lot of people were upset at the beginning that things that were talked about didn't make it in the game. I think Hello Games probably ran into some financial trouble, had to push the game out in order to make some money to get their full vision. I think Waking Titan probably ties into that, getting that original vision that they wanted to out. Now that they've had the funds and the time to work on it. It is what it is. It never bothered me a whole lot. I enjoy the game for what it is. Kind of takes me back to that choose your own adventure books I read as a kid, where you kind of just doing what you want to do and shaping your own story. And there is good lore in this game. If you go through the abandoned buildings, there's a wonderful story there. The alien monoliths tell you about the Gek Wars and the different races. And I think Waking Titan, in my opinion, is going to be a big story-driven push. It's going to add a lot more to that area of the game. They've added the base building. Would be cool to see some new maybe ship customizations added. Would always be a welcome thing. We have some base customization when you build your bases and stuff, but I'd like some, paint jobs for my ships and stuff. Or maybe that's the way that Hello Games could make a little extra money to put into more development of the game as time goes on. Maybe they can start releasing ship customizations and paint jobs and stuff, kind of like Elite Dangerous does, to kind of help with the development costs going forward. And then you don't have to necessarily charge as much for expansions and DLC going on because you have that microtransactions. And I'm not saying, get into selling us this and that and all these little tidbits and bobbleheads and stuff. But, a lot of the players I think would pay for some like paint skins or maybe some different colors for their bases. Now, I've been living in this system lately. I built a base on another planet because with the Waking Titan, people keep talking about the portals and they really think that the portal's going to be doing something. So I discovered this portal here on this planet. So I went ahead and built a base on a close by planet. Hit the wrong button there. Built my base on a close by planet, that way if this Waking Titan thing does pan out to be something to do with the portals, I've got a portal close by my base. And I put a little message here, Wake the Titan, for anybody that comes by and follows it. I also put a little exocraft station here, because on this planet I got lucky, and not only is there a portal, but there is also pearls. And I do like to get some money from those pearls. Now, I don't have a giant elaborate base like some of the other people have. I haven't got real deep into the farming. I've done basic crafting, I got a decent multi-tool. Not the greatest ship, but it gets the job done. But what I'm more into is exploring. I like to just kind of head out and explore, and that's what I've spent since launch doing mostly, is exploring. And I've slowly got into the base building and stuff here lately, but not real elaborate. It's kind of basic base that has the different specialists so I can get those upgrades. This system's kind of interesting though. It's got 6 planets. There's no life on 5 of them. The one planet that does have life is a toxic planet. I found that interesting. So we got about a minute journey here to my base. I could stop at the space station, take the portal, but I always like the trippy colors and stuff when we fly. And I am playing on the PlayStation 4 Pro with HDR, so I know the colors may not look exactly right when viewed on a non-HDR screen, but the game is just gorgeous. The lighting and stuff that they added in here a while back, the God rays and stuff, have really just improved the look of the game. And it's always been a pretty game. But it's even better. I have started working on getting a landing pad for my base. It takes like 10 plates and stuff, and I just, like I said, I like to explore and stuff, and I always end up getting sidetracked, so it takes me forever to get this base building stuff done. And this stuff for these specialists. As I'll start playing and I'll say, okay, I'm going to get my landing pad built today. So I start looking for what I need to do that. And then I see some alien ruins or something. I get to exploring those. I get to playing down in the caves. That's one thing about No Man's Sky. You say, hey, I'm going to hop on here and do something real quick. Take me about 30 minutes or so. And you end up doing something completely different. And see. Now he's not going to want to land. He likes to drive me nuts. Got too many hills around my base, and every time I try to land, it does that. Oh, he's going to park me up on the hill. Nice little overlook there. Not bad. Turned out alright. Good view. This is my home planet. There's no life on this planet. I just built it here because it's close to the portal. Here's my base that I've been building over the last couple of days. And it's nothing fancy, but, you know, it's got all the basics. I got some small farm going here. Just kind of enough to get through. Get some of these upgrades. But, you know, if you spend the time, this farming really can pay out and really be worth your effort. Because some of that stuff sells for good money. It's it. And I haven't got any of the decorations put in here yet or nothing really. Just rooms with specialists at the time. Now I did max him out because I was excited about the vehicles. Once I got into the vehicles, I ended up not being a big fan of most of them. There's a big one, whatever he's called. It's not gonna let me look at it here. But this is the one I like. It's got an okay amount of storage to it, which you can just, you know, transfer stuff to your ship if you run out of space. He's got a decent amount of storage. The little hovercraft one, he don't have hardly any inventory space. This one has a lot of inventory space, but it's big and bulky and it's hard to drive around, especially on a hilly planet. It just didn't do a whole lot for me. And then the upgrades I chose, I took the speed boosters out to give me some more inventory space. I didn't think that the speed booster made that big of a difference. I did do the signal boosters. They're great for scanning planets for depots and stuff if you want to go rob the depots. And you can make some decent money and get some decent supplies from just, you know, robbing the depots, being a little bit of a pirate. This thing's really fun to drive though. If you haven't played since they added the vehicles and you like stuff like this, you know, it's definitely worth the time to research and get these. And you can put these down on any planet. You're not just tied to your base planet. You know, you can stick down on any planet. So if you're doing a radioactive planet or a toxic planet or a really cold planet and you're having trouble with your life support system staying charged up, you know, build you an exocraft and explore that way. always get wonderful views. I love the view from my base here. Get that planet there. Planet there. I mean, that's just, you can't get a better view than that. But they've really done a lot with the graphics over the last few patches, especially for the PS4 Pro with the HDR lighting and the lighting effects in general. The God rays, like I mentioned earlier, can be just stunning. Sound design in the game, I love the sound, especially when you come into a planet, it's raining, you can hear the rain tapping on the window as you enter the atmosphere. Or you're walking through a cave and you can hear the ground squishing below your feet. It's the little things that really draw you into the experience. Now, Elite Dangerous just came out on the PS4. I'm a pretty big Elite player. Xbox One, I haven't bought the PlayStation version yet. I'm kind of on the fence about whether I want to buy another version since I already have it. If you're looking at one or the other because you play one of them, remember they're both space games, but they're really completely different games. Elite's more of a hardcore simulation, where No Man's Sky it's more about exploration. If you go into No Man's Sky looking for like adrenaline, heart-pumping combat, you're going to be disappointed. That's not the game that's here. The game that's here is a relaxing exploration game, surviving against your environment, uncovering the mysteries of the abandoned buildings, of why you're here, why everything's here, really. And I won't ruin that. I will say, if you play this game and you just, you set out and you rush to the center to see what's at the center of the galaxy, when you get there, you're probably going to be disappointed. It's not really what this game's about. This game's really about just exploring, getting lost, just uncovering the mysteries that lie behind everything, why everything's the way it is. Looks like I got some bad guys coming here. Oh, they're going over there to attack the freighters. We could fly over there and help, maybe get ourselves killed. Never know how that stuff's going to turn out, but let's do a little space combat. I enjoy the game, whether it's exploring the planets, getting involved in the space combat like this. And you will be rewarded. If you go and you help these freighters out when they're being attacked, you will be rewarded for your efforts. Or you could fly over here and you could help the pirates. Get yourself some money. All these smaller ships here, like that one over there and that one there, they all have resources in them. And if you want to blow those up and take those resources, you can. You got to survive. It's easier to do, though, when they're being attacked like this than to fly in by yourself and attack. Okay, we're getting in here. Shift into our phase beam. Keep an eye on your shield. These guys hit pretty good. This ship don't have the greatest shields, but ready to go. Oh, they're after me. Come on. Try to watch my shield while I fight these guys too. There's a lot more of them than I thought there was. sometimes you'll fly in and you'll just blow right through them. You know, the guys that have weak shields, weak weapons, and you'll just cut right through them. Other times you get them and they're pretty tough. The bounty missions, they pay out really good. And they can range. They got star rating on them. And they can range from really easy to really hard. So see, I could be exploring a planet right now, or I could just be fighting. It's completely up to you what you want to do. And like I said, I could have flown in here and helped them and made myself some money. Now I need to find the lead freighter. And get my reward. And I'm kind of turned around here for a second. There it is. I like to fly upside down a lot. I enjoy the view, but landing in this game is so much easier than Elite. You can be an advanced player in Elite and playing it for a year. I've been playing it since the game preview program, the early access on the Xbox, and I have to say that it's a different beast. You'll be playing for a year and think you got that game down, and then you'll sneeze one time when you're docking and you'll just destroy your ship and be out millions. It's a wonderful game, very hardcore, a lot different feel than this one. People like to try to compare the two, and they're really not the same type of game, other than spaceships in space. Elite does have some exploration. In my opinion, No Man's Sky is better about exploration because you have the lush planets and stuff you get to explore. So you have better exploration in No Man's Sky. And now this guy's going to give me my reward. And then in Elite, you have a more deep flight simulator type of experience. Definitely hard combat. A lot of grinding in that game to get your ship all kitted out, especially since they added the engineer stuff. Now you can also talk to this guy and you can buy this freighter that gives you some off-base storage, which is wonderful to have if you so desire it. You know, or you can buy your little ship, never build a base, and just fly around the galaxy exploring, seeing the sights, seeing what you can find. That's basically what I've spent the first year of the game doing. It wasn't here the last couple of weeks that I got into the whole base building thing. But really, your only limit in this game is the limit you put on yourself, because there's no walls. There's more planets than the player base is ever going to hope to explore. Even if we gained, for some reason, 3 times the amount of players, we're never going to see half of what this game has in it. It's a wonderful game for people who like to explore, like to build. With the base building, you can build all you want. You just really can't go wrong. I've just seen some lush planets. Head over here real quick and we'll take a look at this planet just to see some of the little differences. Because the planet my base is on and the planet that the portal's on, they're pretty similar. So we'll fly over this one real quick so you can see, you know, how much planets vary, how different they can be. Travel time in this game's not really too bad. You never get too far out where you have to spend, you know, you're not spending hours flying across a system to explore it. That's another thing with Elite. That some of those systems, You know, you're exploring and you gotta fly forever. You'll spend 20 minutes just flying from one point to another just to get to where you want to go. This game's a little faster paced in the exploration sense. You don't have to put as much time in. This is a fungus mungus planet, I like to call them. Oh, this one's also Extreme Sentinel planet. This is the only planet in this system that has life with a toxic rain. Who would have guessed it? These Extreme Sentinel planets, and I haven't figured out what they're protecting, but they're protecting something. So, anyways, you get to these extreme planets and the Sentinels will attack you right on sight. Normally they only attack you if you're messing the world up. But when you get to one of these planets and they're really hostile, they're normally protecting something that's worth a lot of credits. So I may have to build an exocraft on this planet and do a little more deep exploring to kind of figure out, you know, what it is they're protecting around here. That's a pretty good resource for building cells and stuff. It's normally underground in caves. So he's gonna fly over here. He's gonna look all mad. Let's take him out. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna leave this video here for today and we'll catch you later.